Woodman here. It's Wednesday, June 26th, 2024. I want to talk to you about Laozi, or also known as Lao Tzu, a semi-legendary figure believed to be the author of the Tao Te Ching, which is a fundamental text of Taoist philosophy. His name means old master, and he is often depicted as a wise sage or ancient philosopher. Let's give you an overview of who he was and why he is significant. In terms of historical background, through the legend of his life, Laozi is thought to have lived during the 6th century BCE, before the contemporary era. Although some scholars place him in the 4th century BCE, and the exact details of his life are shrouded in a lot of myth and legend. According to tradition, he was an older contemporary of Confucius, and the two are said to have met and exchanged philosophical ideas amongst each other. In terms of his professional role, Laozi is believed to have been a librarian or some sort of archivist at the Zhou dynasty court, but he became disillusioned with the corruption and the moral decay he saw there, so he chose to leave his position and retire from public life. Much like the hermit who possesses this great knowledge and it doesn't want to really interact with society, right? Um, in terms of writing the Tao Te Ching, according to legend, Lao Tzu was leaving for China, and he was headed to Western regions. And a border guard recognized him and persuaded him to write down his teachings. So the result was the Tao Te Ching, which is a concise and profound work that outlines the principles of the Tao and the art of living in harmony with it. What is the philosophical impact of what he wrote? The Tao Te Ching has had a profound influence on Chinese culture and beyond, shaping Taoist thought and practices. Its themes of simplicity, humility, and harmony with nature have resonated with many throughout the centuries. What about the influence of Taoism? Well, as the founder of Taoism, Lao Tzu is considered to be this great figure that brought about this philosophical and religious tradition that emphasizes living in harmony with the Tao, or the fundamental nature of the universe. Taoism encourages a life of simplicity, naturalness, and non interference with the natural order of things. Has this influenced any other philosophies? Well, Lao Tzu's ideas have influenced various other philosophies and religions, including Buddhism and Confucianism. His teachings on non action, or Wu Wei, and naturalness have found parallels in Zen Buddhism and a couple of other spiritual traditions. What about the myth and symbolism of his work? From a symbolic representation standpoint, in Chinese culture, Lao Tzu is often depicted as an old man with a long beard riding an ox, symbolizing his wisdom and his journey into retirement. He is also, even to some, considered to be a deity in religious Taoism, often worshipped as a sage and a spiritual guide. In other words, writing this work gave him divine status, in a sense. Um, he is also alleged to have had some sort of mystical birth. According to legend, Laozi was born as an old man, having spent 80 years in his mother's womb, which symbolizes his inherent wisdom and his connection to the ancient, timeless nature of the Tao. That's a lot of time to be spending in the womb, but it's obviously fascinating. You can imagine, get out of me, get out of me. But anyway, that's a joke. Cultural influence. Lao Tzu's teachings have permeated Chinese literature, art, politics, and daily life. His emphasis of humility, simplicity, and harmony with nature has shaped a lot of modern day Chinese culture to some extent, right? Has he had any kind of global impact? Well, beyond China, Laozi's ideas have found appreciation worldwide. The Tao Te Ching has been translated into many languages and continues to inspire people across different cultures and spiritual traditions. What about the way we interpret it in the modern era? Well, it does have a lot of relevance even today. In the modern world, Laozi's teachings are often seen as a counterbalance to the fast paced, materialistic lifestyles that are prevalent today. Um, his emphasis on inner peace, simplicity, and connection with nature offers us timeless wisdom that is very relevant to many issues that people are still facing. Um, sometimes they're just basic aspects of human existence that are probably immutable. Philosophical and spiritual guide. Laozi remains a figure of immense philosophical and spiritual significance. His teachings continue to be studied, interpreted, and practiced by those seeking a deeper understanding of life and the universe as a whole. The Tao Te Ching by Laozi is a foundational text of Taoist philosophy, and it offers very profound insights into living in harmony with the Tao, or the Wei in English. It consists of 81 brief chapters that blend poetry and philosophy to convey Lao Tzu's teachings. And let's go more into actually what's contained in the Tao Te Ching. So first we have the Tao, or the Wei, right? The Tao is an indefinable force that underlies and unites all things in the universe. It is both the source and the principle of all existence, emphasizing the importance of living in accordance with its natural flow. And we also have the principle of Wu Wei, which is non-action. Wu Wei refers to the principle of effortless action, where one aligns with the natural order and acts without force or struggle. It advocates for a path of least resistance, allowing things to unfold in a very natural manner. What about simplicity as well as humility? Laozi extols the virtues of simplicity, humility, and contentment. He advises against excessive desire, um, ambition, and materialism, suggesting that true wisdom lies in embracing simplicity and being humble. In other words, you know, being fully committed to materialistic things and having a materialistic mindset is not something that would be in accordance with the Tao. What about Yin and Yang? He obviously promoted harmony of opposing forces, and that these dualities are considered to be interdependent, and that keeping those things in balance, it goes a long way in terms of a better life. What about leadership and governance? Well, Lao Tzu offers advice on leadership, advocating for a ruler who leads by example, practices humility, and governs with a light touch. The best leaders are those who are barely noticed by their people. Um, what about nature's wisdom? Well, the Tao Te Ching encourages observing and learning from nature. By observing the natural world, one can gain insights into the Tao and live in harmony with it. How does this promote inner peace and contentment? Well, inner peace and true contentment comes from letting go of ego, letting go of certain desires, and the need for control. By cultivating inner stillness and aligning with the Tao, one can achieve a great sense of tranquility. Are there any paradoxes and contradictions? Well, the text is filled with paradoxes, encouraging readers to see beyond conventional thinking and to embrace the mysterious and often contradictory nature of the Tao. So let's try to summarize all this. The Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu is this philosophical classic in Chinese culture that teaches living in harmony with the Tao, or the Wei, which is our indefinable force that unites all things will emphasize things such as Wu Wei, which is effortless action, suggesting that aligning with the natural order allows for smooth and effective living. The text values simplicity, humility, and contentment, warning against excessive desire and materialism. Laozi highlights the balance of the yin and the yang, promoting harmony through the interdependence, of opposites. Leadership should be gentle and humble, with the best rulers being those who are barely noticed. Observing nature provides for a profound insights into the Tao, teaching how to live in accordance with it. Inner peace and contentment are achieved by letting go of ego and desires, embracing stillness. The text uses paradoxes to encourage a deeper understanding of the Tao's mysterious nature. Lao Tzu's wisdom advocates for a life of balance, humility, and harmony with the natural world. The Tao Te Ching remains relevant, offering timeless guidance on leadership, personal conduct, and spiritual insight, and it continues to inspire readers to find peace and purpose through its profound teachings. Ultimately, the Tao Te Ching is a guide to living a meaningful and harmonious life by embracing the fundamental principles of the Tao. Kind of almost reminds me of Romance of the Three Kingdoms. The ruler Liu Bei, who was over the kingdom of Shu, and he tried to be a very benevolent ruler. And this sometimes made people think, well, you're being too soft, you're being too gentle. But he always said he was a man of the people. He always said that benevolence is something the people deserve, and he wanted to show them a land like that. Unfortunately, um, in the Romance of the Three Kingdoms story, they have to contend with Wu, that has their own sort of um, view of how they felt the world of China should be, and you also have Wei, which it was under Cao Cao, and he promoted the exact opposite. He promoted that people should have unbridled ambition and be allowed to pursue whatever they need to pursue, because they're just being honest that what, if you want power you have to seize it, and only the strong should survive. So ultimately, I want to say it's Wei that ends up being the ultimate victor in the long run, and then Wei, of course, gave rise to the dynasty that came from Wei's strategist Sima Yi. If you enjoyed this message, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, additionally, I am thankful if you come back to this channel. I always appreciate your support. If you're new here, welcome aboard. This is a safe space. Have a wonderful and blessed day. I love you. I love you. I love you. Take care. Bye.